Hello, everybody. Today I'm here with the new set of levels for Dr. Mario World, and I really did have a hard time with some of these. You can see at the time I'm recording this, I basically just beat all these levels here, so it took a little bit longer than usual, and I could definitely see you guys having some trouble as well, and seeing what I did to hopefully help you out with these levels. And the first one is really the only one that I thought was super easy. A few of the timed ones, I guess, as well, but really this one is the easiest, and I will explain to you the gimmick of the level, and then I'm going to just talk about something I want to talk about for a second. So really what you're trying to get to go for is the shell on the far right side, and that entails getting to the cannon in each row and destroying it, which will hit the shell and then get rid of the coin in the, or all the coins, I guess, that are in the barrels. So keep that in mind. Once you get all the coins out of the barrels, then all the other coins are uncaged, and then you just clear out the remaining viruses that are iced, and they will help you clear the purple coins that are left over. And I think the video is self-explanatory, so I just want to talk about something real quick, and that is the future of this game. And I honestly don't know how much of a future this game really has at this point, and that's really sad to say. I really enjoy playing this game, but I guess I should also say I could be wrong. In the past, I think like 10 worlds ago, when Lemmy came out, I thought that was pretty much it. We had no news of anything coming up. After that, I think we actually like missed a week or something, and the update came out a little bit later, and I was like, yep, this is it, we're done. It was just kind of a gut feeling thing, and my gut was wrong, and I'm very happy that it was wrong, and we've had a lot of great stuff come since then. And now we know that PD Piranha is coming, and we know World 26 is coming. I did not make a video on it, but we know what World 26 is, and I assume PD will be with that. I thought he'd be with this, but that's kind of also tying into that. It's like characters keep getting delayed. We usually hear about 2 new worlds. I guess technically we heard about World 25 and World 26, so I guess I'm wrong about that. But it really just does feel like this game doesn't have a lot of like a very large player base at this point. It feels like they're like done with characters almost. We've gotten very few characters, and we've gotten a lot of the main ones, and honestly we should be happy with the ones we've got. But I really hope that the game continues to go on, and I hope I'm wrong with this, but that's just how I feel right now. Let me know what you guys think. But I really need to talk about this level here, because this is one that I had to do like 3 times. And what I started off doing is you really want to get this yellow lock for sure. I also went for the middle one, just because I had the blue for it, and or I don't know if it was blue, it might have been red. And I leave this yellow one for a little bit, and the point of that is only if you really want to work on these blocks on the top, which can definitely get annoying in the later game. If you aren't experienced with this level, I might as well just say, basically once you get rid of all the viruses, or once you're dwindling down to the remaining viruses, what you're going to have left are the blocks. And if you have no viruses up top near these blocks, you're going to have to come back to them. The bottom ones you can get whenever you want though. So I would suggest waiting for those instead of the top ones. But you can really do it however you would like. And you can see now I released the bottom section. Now some viruses have gone down to that section. But for the time being, I had pretty much all the viruses up in the top section where I could work on some of the blocks that were up there. And I still have some left, of course. The right side is really going to become a problem. But other than that, I mean, we've done pretty good. And we also have gotten rid of most of the viruses as well, which the other times I played was not the case. But we just had a lot of stuff lined up really nicely. So I think, yeah, we just have 1 virus left, and then the rest of it is just me using my capsules in hopes of getting everything else. And you can see right here, I'm trying to get I want to destroy the electric the electric blocks, or I guess the green coins, when they are in the right rotation. And that just involves me placing some capsules somewhere else for the time being. And you can see most of the work here is going to be in the bottom section. I do have to work on these blocks on the top just a little bit more. Like I said, the right side has really become a problem. I don't know if the way I handle it is the best way, but that's just how I ended up doing it. And you'll see in a second how I finished that off. But we're also just getting a bunch of stuff ready towards the bottom. And yeah, like I was about to destroy that, and I'm like, well, no, I'm not going to do that. And then I move over to this side. So yeah, that's how I cleared the right side here. We just had that one block on the very top that we'll have to come back to. And then, yeah, I placed that yellow there. Again, there's a lot of stuff that I got really messed up, but the blues I can get rid of, getting rid of all of those. And then I might as well place that red one there, because then I can get it later once I destroy those yellows. So using yellows up top here, you can see we have 3 stars, but we're very close to running out of capsules. I don't remember if we get Wario skill again. I don't believe so. No, we don't. And that was the problem. Like the other times I lost, I was literally just 1 capsule away. If they would have given me the right colors like they did this time, then it would have been a different story. But unfortunately, that's not the case in previous rounds. You can see here, I got enough blues. Of course, the rainbow capsule helped with that. But I got enough blues to clear that final block. Cutting it very close. But Wario seemed like one of the best options there. Now this one you can see, I don't know if you saw, but I brought in King Boo. And this was the level that I had the most trouble with. Just 3-starring. Beating isn't so bad. I brought in a plethora of characters, and none of them really worked out that great. For 3 stars specifically, beating it, like I said, was not so bad. And also, I got pretty lucky at the beginning here with the colors they gave me. Sometimes they aren't so generous in giving you the colors you want when you want them. And I start off by hitting that cannon towards the lock, and I do the same for the yellow one as well. I wouldn't always recommend hitting that yellow one right away, because then the keys start to fall, but in my case I did it and it worked out okay. And I really feel like I got so much cleared in the beginning, so much more than usual, I guess I should say. And also there's quite a lot of reds and yellows and not a lot of blues, which will probably come back to bite me in the end, because all the blues are kind of hiding right now, but they all start to be unlocked as we go. And I'm able to clear all these reds at the same time, which is really great. And basically what it came down to was having King Boo trigger. Like this round ends up actually not being that great, and if King Boo was not here, if he didn't trigger, this round would be really, really bad. And I don't know how else you're going to get 3 stars on this without bringing King Boo. I really don't. I hate the King Boo strategy. It's really awful. But sometimes I really just don't know what else to do. So that's what I ended up going for here. I'm a little ashamed, but it works. And you really just have to keep playing until you get to trigger, and then make sure to do well enough to beat it. But like I said, I did pretty bad, and I still ended up getting 3 stars on it with King Boo. So keep that in mind. Now here's what was really bad. I start stacking up all these colors because I left these 2 things up top here, including another virus that I'll have to come back to again. I kind of just hoped that it was going to be red, and it was not. It was blue, which was the worst option I could have gotten. And I'm really just like, what am I going to do? And then, I don't remember, I start bringing stuff down, and then King Boo triggers right here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I really need to make this round count. And I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? I was like, okay, something that can help me get points at least is destroy some of these reds, let this tower fall just 1, then bring down the blues to destroy that. And now move that tower out of the way, getting a few more points in the process. And then also using this double yellow to get that capsule I had left, get that out of the way. At this point I'm like, yes, I did it, all I need is 2 yellows. And they gave me the yellows I needed, and before the key even went into the door, I had 3 stars. So you can see, I don't it would not have been possible for me to even beat that without King Boo. Now, I'd beaten it in the past. I'd only gotten 2 stars, but just keep in mind, I would suggest bringing King Boo. If you don't have him, use some boosters, I guess. I don't know. But the thing is, I forgot to take King Boo off for this one. And something really interesting happens when you bring in King Boo for this one. Because the gimmick of it is that you start with very few capsules. And you're supposed to get the extra capsule pieces. And the thing about that is you're constantly getting to 5 capsules, which just increases the chance of King Boo triggering. I think he can only trigger once per game. I might be wrong. But you're pretty much guaranteed to have King Boo trigger at some point here, which just really solidifies your chances of winning, I would say. So even though I hate the King Boo strategy, I think it's actually pretty fair to bring him in for this one. Honestly, it'd probably be hard to not get him to trigger, just because, like I said, you're going past that amount of capsules so often, even if you don't bring in Wario. Like, you're just going past 5 capsules a lot. I really think King Boo is actually good for this one. And like I said, I don't really enjoy bringing King Boo. He seems fair for this one, he really does. So just make sure you're getting these capsules as much as you can. You know, you can really mess yourself up if you don't work on the capsules while they're available to you. Sometimes they're just not possible to get, and that's completely reasonable. But if you have any way of getting them, make sure to get them. Most of the time you're only going to get them on 4, probably 3, maybe even 2. Once they get to 1, you might as well just leave it. It's actually pretty hard to get it on 5 on this one. You might get it like once or twice, but you're mostly going to get 4s and 3s, I would say. If you get 5s, that's pretty lucky, and it's only 1 more capsule, but still, that's a pretty good. And now at this point, I've used all the extra point pieces, extra capsule pieces, I mean. And it's just the final viruses on here. That's all I have to do. So I'm trying to be as efficient as possible. Because I still want to make sure I get 3 stars. I'm not sure how many points I'm going to need. And you can see, I got quite a lot of capsules remaining. I would only have 12 if King Boo hadn't triggered, which I think probably would have still gotten me 3 stars, honestly. But King Boo just solidified it. So I'd say you probably don't even need to bring in King Boo, but he just really ensures it that you'll get 3 stars. And again, I forgot to take out King Boo for this one, and I did have to do this one a couple of times. But the thing is, he did end up triggering for me, and he ended up being necessary for me to win. And again, like I said, I really hate the King Boo strategy. I'm sorry that I use it so much in this video. But this level is actually really hard, I think. And you can definitely get lucky with the placement of the cannons and everything. That's for sure. And sometimes, you know, that was the case. Not always. And because of this, you know, just bringing King Boo gives you those 5 extra capsules. And just gives you that little extra chance to actually beat it. Like I said, I have no doubt in my mind that you can do this without King Boo. It may require a little bit more luck than bringing him in and having him trigger. I don't know, but I would just bring him in. I don't think you're going to have trouble with 3 stars at all. So just bring in King Boo. Maybe even Bomb Boo. And if you can get both to trigger, that's great. You will almost definitely win. And you'll definitely have a better shot at winning if you do. You can see I'm kind of just trying to wedge my way into every little nook and cranny I can. I've yet to have a cannon actually line up with any of the bombs at the bottom, which is kind of the point of them. So I'm kind of just working my way through all the viruses here. Although it does not say you have to clear all the viruses, basically you do, because there are blue coins all over the stage. I think the flasks can actually spawn in viruses, so there might be some that spawn in away from the blue coins that you still need to get, that you can just leave behind. But for the most part, you'll be getting rid of all the viruses. And yeah, like I said, you really need some of those cannons to line up with the bombs. Otherwise, it's very annoying to get in there yourself. If you can get the cannons to line up, it's going to be great. And you're going to have a lot of cannons spawn on as well. Once you have most of the stage cleared, it's going to be pretty hard for them not to line up with the bombs. So just keep playing a little bit. You might have to play some stuff. And here I have some reds that are still in barrels, which are going to be super annoying to clear manually. But I have a cannon lined up across from them, so I'm going to have that cannon, or my plan was to have that yellow one be the one that does it for me, but I think I ended up actually using the blue one to shoot across. Because you don't always have to shoot down. If there are things across, it can be very beneficial to do it that way instead. And now I'm actually going to hit it across again with this second cannon, which just gets rid of those two red ones, which is very nice. And you can see I'm almost out of stuff. We're going to get Wario skill in just a second here, which has us at 5 capsules. And now I'm like pretty scared here. I kind of mess up with that red one. I bring one more down and then it gives me red. If it would have been yellow, I would have not been worried at all. But now I need to make sure one of these cannons is lined up well. I can place 1 or 2 of those capsules and a red cannon lined up for me. If those cannons didn't spawn in down there, I don't think I would have been able to win. I forget what that final capsule I had was. But seriously, that was cutting it super close. Luckily those cannons were down there. Luckily I was able to get them to the right side so that I can do it. Now after this level, I proceeded to press the next level after this and waste a heart, which I've done in the past before and it's super annoying. But I finally was able to come back into the time stage here, and all the time stages follow the same general layout. The first one is basically the easy mode of that, where you only have pink. So literally all you're doing is throwing down pinks over and over again. You know what every capsule is going to be, besides the rainbow capsule, of course. You just keep throwing them down. You don't even need to clear the barrels. You just need to clear the pink coin or the pink viruses. And by clearing the pink viruses, you will definitely clear the coins as well. There's no way around it. So just go for the viruses. You will have to clear some extra crates at the bottom here. You can see that they get in your way a little bit. But yeah, I had so much time remaining. You get a lot of points and Wario skill over and over again. That one is super easy mode. Now I'm a little embarrassed to say this, but the 25B, I actually lost on my first try, which is super sad, and I really just kind of was slow about it. I wasn't worried at the time, and I guess I really should have been because it came back to bite me. So I had to play it twice, and this one I was determined to beat it. The gimmick with this one is that instead of crates, we've got blue floating viruses, and also blue coins behind all the floating viruses, which almost means you have to clear out everything. And while it doesn't technically mean you literally have to clear everything, you basically will. Once you clear out some blue coins, the floating viruses may migrate to that section, and you can just leave them behind if you want. But you're going to be getting so many blues, and most of them will line up pretty nicely for you. It's not going to be that big of a deal to just clear everything. You can see just how fast and efficient I was on this one. It's really sad that I wasn't able to do that on my first try. I did like extremely bad on my first try. I don't know what went wrong. But yeah, we just have this one final piece of ice that I had to clear there, with about 10 seconds remaining. None of these you're going to have trouble with restarring, I guarantee you that. You just need to beat them. And this last one I was super worried because, like I said, I had lost the previous one. I did not want to lose the next one. I wanted to beat it and then upload the video. So I was worried about it. Didn't know how they're going to change it up. Basically what they did was remove the floating viruses, added crates back in, added keys, and put some of the purple coins in cages. And I guess I shouldn't say they removed the blue floating viruses. They actually added pink floating viruses and kept the blue ones. But in my experience, everything lined up really nicely. There was really no trouble. in clearing everything out. Either you use a double to clear out one, or you use a single to clear out two that are lined up next to each other. And some of these crates on the sides, you might have a little bit of trouble with. You can see in a little bit, I realize on the left side that I've been neglecting the crates and I kind of need to build back up to them, which hadn't really crossed my mind until kind of the end of the level. I guess not the end, but around here I think I realize that I need to destroy these crates. Alright, right here. I start building up to them, doing a couple of different strategies to clear them. Now they're all gone. Now I just have these two final viruses left. The pink one has 2 hits in them, but we have, for the most part, cleared everything else out. Some of the keys need to follow the doors yet. And I did have very little time left. But I mean, 5 seconds, you can do quite a lot in 5 seconds. So really, that one went pretty well for my first try, I would say. So hopefully I was able to help you with any of these levels. There were some really tough ones in there. And again, just bring in King Boo. I know he's annoying, but just try it. Hopefully it works out for you. I will try to do the next set of levels, so I'll see you then.